I'm Emily from Mindfully Trading. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the different tools you can use to find the best stocks to trade. Now, some of these tools are free and some are paid. I will include the different links to the tools I talk about in this video in the description below. I'm going to be sharing 3 different tools with you, and make sure you stay until the end because I'm also going to be sharing 2 bonus tools that you can use to find stocks to trade as well. Before we begin, just a reminder to like and subscribe this channel so that you can stay up to date with the latest content about trading. There are different ways that you can use to find stocks to trade. Now, some people prefer to trade stocks that are familiar to them, that they like or that they know, such as Facebook, Apple and Netflix. Other people prefer to keep a watch list so that they can keep track of the different markets. So they might keep track of the different index markets such as the SPY, the Dow Jones Industrial Average and the Russell 2000. They might also keep track of different forex pairs in the currencies market, such as the euro to the dollar or the dollar to the Japanese yen. And other people may prefer to have a watch list based on different commodities and gold and also on Bitcoin. Other people, myself included, prefer to keep a watch list for different stocks that are based on their technicals that match their strategy. And that is what we're going to have a look at today. Okay then, so the first piece of software that we're going to look at is Finviz. I'm going to type it into Google just so that you can see exactly how to find it. And Finviz is primarily a stock screener, but it does have lots of extra features as well. So you can find news on there and information on different types of trading such as futures, forex and crypto. Finviz do offer a paid subscription, but what I'm going to show you is what I use, which is only for the free subscription anyway. So you've got the option there. Now as you land onto their homepage, you can probably see a lot of information here, but what's quite interesting is on the left hand side here, they show you their sort of top stocks, if you like, and you can see the signal. We've got top gainers, new high, overbought, which is quite good if you want to look for a bottom bounce, unusual volume, and so on. And if you actually hover over the ticker, you can just see a little preview of the chart as well. So it's quite a useful way when you land on their homepage just to have a quick scoot through to see if anything looks interesting, like that may be interesting for the next day. This is a daily chart that pops up. As you can see, it's gapped up, so there may be some play for continuation there. Moving on, you can just see a little insight into that. And then also on the right hand side, we have this interesting looking map. Now this is a map featuring the different sectors of the market. So you can see we've got technology, services, basic materials, healthcare, tiny bit for utilities, industrial goods, consumer goods and financials. And as you can perhaps imagine, it's showing a glimpse into the market as a reflection of the volume. So at the moment, utilities is very small. It's not really being actively traded. Whereas you can see here that Google's got quite a big square, and we've also got a big square for Apple. However, that's red, and you can see the percentage sign, it's actually down. Whereas Amazon being green is actually up. So at a glimpse, you can see which sector is performing the most in terms of volume. You can see at a glimpse, which stocks are down, which stocks are up. It's just a good way to get an insight into the current market. Now we're going to use 2 different tabs on here. There's the screener tab and there's also groups. So I'm just going to show you groups first. It elaborates a little bit more on what I was just saying to you about the sectors. And on here, it's a little bit more information about that really. So you've got a daily performance. If you scroll down, you've got a weekly performance, a monthly performance. So you can see over the past month, consumer goods has performed the best, but although it has been a very bearish past month, it's been down. Whereas the last week, true reflection to small caps at least, the volume has been boosting up and it's been mad. And services have been doing very well. So this is quite a good feature to see what is performing well, depending on your strategy. So if you are looking for stocks for a swing and you want to hold them a little bit longer, from this you might be more inclined to look just for specifically for services, financials, healthcare, if you want to see what's performing the best. So that's quite interesting to use for an insight. Now if we go into the screener itself, this is a really useful bit of software, and as I say, it's available on the free membership as well, so it really is a good feature from Finviz. And what you're seeing here is there's actually data for over 7,000 different stocks. We have lots of different filters here, and we're currently in the descriptive section. You can filter it by fundamentals, by technicals, or to make it easier, you can just click all and you've got access to everything you can search for. Now there are a few limitations on here being the free subscription. So for example, if I go for price, you can't actually specify, say you want to search for a price above $2 but under 10. You can't do that, so you've just got to choose, I'll click over $2. But it's still a useful bit of kit to use, and I tend to use this to look for gappers in the morning. It can be quite good just to get an insight to what is gapping up in the market. So there's a lot of flexibility here, and the key bit of information really is to obviously tailor this to your needs, to your strategy. So it's always good when you are looking for stocks to know what you are looking for. You know, do you want stocks that have really sold off a lot? Do you want stocks that are performing above their moving averages? What price range do you want stocks to be at? If you're looking for some sort of reversal trades, RSI is a good indicator to use. So if you have more of an idea of what you want, it's easier to find it. So I'm going to use the gapper as an example here. So I've already chosen my price for over 2. Up here you can see sector. So this is where you could choose one of the sectors that we were looking at before from groups, or just any if you don't want to specify it. Industry, I always just stick with stocks. And gap, I'm going to put on this one to look for if it's gapping up 4% or more. You can also search for relative volume. So if it's over one of its relative volume, you can add that as well. And you're basically just narrowing it down. So this has got it to 25 stocks here, which is a little bit easier to see. Now it shows you the different stocks, a little bit more information about them, the healthcare sector, the price and so on. To make it easier to see if it's something that you could be interested about, instead of looking at an overview on the data for the stocks, you can actually change this and click on charts. I find this particularly useful for looking for swing trades because it just allows you to easily see if anything looks interesting to catch your eye, because obviously this can take a lot of time and you don't want to waste it. So if you filter it by charts, and then you can just scroll down and have a look and see if anything looks interesting, to then look at the charts in more depth, plan your support resistance levels, and if it's suitable, add it to your watch list. So it is a really useful tool to use to look for stocks. So we're going to explore the second piece of software, and this is the one that I use more on a daily basis, which is TradingView, tradingview.com. So again, TradingView offer both a free and paid subscription. Now I actually use TradingView for their charting software, and they do have a lot of extra features as well, but I don't want to go too off tangent, which I probably could do on this video. But they are a really great piece of software to use. Again, you could start off with a free trial if you want, and if you want those extra features, you can always upgrade. But once you land on the home page here, you can see along the top we've got a stock screener. So we'll just go into that one there. And once that's loaded up, you can see it's sort of similar to Finviz. You've got your tickers on the side and a little bit more information here, but I find this a little bit more of an intuitive platform than Finviz. I feel like it gives you more options, and also once you select the filters for what you're looking for, you also have the option to save those. So I've got a few here that I've saved previously, which make it a lot easier when you're actively trading, so that you don't have to spend so much time setting up your filters. You can just go into that and just see what's there. So as I said, I do use Finviz for gapping up. I have got a tab there, but I don't really use it as much on this one because it doesn't have the same effect looking for stocks gapping. I find that TradingView is a lot better to look for stocks that are making new highs or that are having a lot of momentum. I tend to have this open on one of my screens when I day trade, and then I'll just refresh it every now and again, and it will load up with the the stocks that are making new highs there, and it's just a really great platform to use for reference, really, to find something to trade. Again, I've got a different one here for reversals, but I'll just sort of show you a little bit about how I've set this up. So for momentum trades, for day trading, you can go into filters and you can search for a filter, or you can just scroll through. As you can see at the top, it's highlighted the ones that I have. So I'm looking for stocks between $1 and $15. I'm looking for specific shares because I don't really want to have anything greater than 50 million outstanding shares, because they tend to move a little bit slower, and day trading you want something that moves a bit quicker. The exchanges and the volume as well, it's good to have something moving. And they're just a few things that I've highlighted here to look for momentum stocks, but you can scroll through and there's so much information here. So it's really useful, especially if you are looking for something for swing trading. If you want to look for something maybe that's made new earnings, or we have got a gapper column there as well. There is a lot of different filters that you can use to really hone what it is you're looking for to help you to find that stock. And as I say, once you've found that, you can say that you can check out each of these stocks here. And they give a little bit more information on there, as well as the chart itself. So that is TradingView. So the last piece of software that I'm going to share with you is Trade Ideas. Now, Trade Ideas are a very efficient, very technical platform to use, and I do find that they are the superior platform to the two previously shown you. However, as with high quality, the price also reflects that. So I've actually studied a course that went through some lessons on Trade Ideas, and I've seen a lot of demonstrations, but I haven't actually got an active subscription with them at the moment because I don't find I'm actually needing them as much. I have got a demo account which does provide you with, I think it's 20 minutes of delayed data, but for me personally, for my strategy, I use that to help find stocks gapping up in the morning, and that works quite well. So I mean, I might change my mind as my account grows and I want to obviously increase my chances and find more stocks to trade, but for right now, I haven't actually got an active subscription, but they are a brilliant platform and I would recommend them if you want something a little bit more technical. So this is the home page. If you do scroll right to the bottom of the home page, there is a link at the bottom to download Trade Ideas, the AI, and once you've downloaded it, although they do offer you a platform for the web as well, I would recommend to download the desktop version. It's just a little bit quicker and a little bit more efficient. You can download it for free, you don't need to have a membership, and I'll just show you what that looks like. So once you've downloaded Trade Ideas, it does bring up a login box. I was expecting it to do it just now, but it must be because I've recently logged in on this session. But when you log in, you have the option to log in with your Google account or a Facebook account if you're on Facebook to access their demo mode. So you can download the platform and you can log in and use the demo version if you want to just try it out and see what it's like, see if it's suitable for you before you decide to buy it. As I say, it's delayed data, so you couldn't really use it for active day trading, but if you're happy, you could maybe use this for swing trading. As I said, I've got some scanners preset here as per the strategy that I use. So some that look primarily for gappers, some that look for stocks making new highs and high days. I've also got a few different reversal scanners at the bottom, so they look specifically for consecutive candles, and obviously including the RSI as well. So there are quite a lot of different options here, and you can create some new alert windows and play around with the stats they have. I could probably spend a separate video doing a demo on Trade Ideas, so I don't want to get too involved here, but it just shows you another option of how to look for stocks to trade. Now, as I said, although that's the demo platform and that is free, you can subscribe to their full platform to unlock all of their features. They have a lot of intelligent features as well. I've never really used them, to be honest, but the option is there if you want to explore that. And they do a couple of different packages. Depending on what you want, I've only really focused on the standard package, which is just over $1,000 for the year. If you pay for it on a monthly basis, it works out a little bit more. So I'll leave that with you if you want to check out trade ideas. And let's have a look at our bonus ideas. Okay, so 2 bonus tips for you to find the best stocks to trade. The first, so putting aside screeners and scanners for now, the first bonus tip will be to look at news sites. Now they are quite good. As I say, it always depends on what your strategy is, and that should take priority. But looking at news sites can be really useful to see what's trending, because generally the more volume, the more attractive it could look for a trade. Thefly.com is a pretty good site for the latest news. It brings up some trending topics here on the right hand side. It does focus a lot on large cap, but it does give some small cap in there as well, so depending on what you're trading. Although it is 12 o'clock here in the UK, so I think most of the US stock market is sleeping at the moment, but we can still go on the breaking news underneath news and analysis. And usually it's around about 9:15 Eastern time. This will load up with all the breaking news that's coming in, and you can just hover over the different tickers here and just see what the price is and what the percentage increase or decrease is, and obviously what the news headline is. So it's quite good to find any breaking news on earnings or anything that could be interesting, because a news can be a really great catalyst to really boost the stock. So looking at the news channels can be a really good way of finding a stock to trade. My second bonus tip for you on finding stocks to trade is actually through your broker. Now I haven't really got anything to show you on the screencast for this because I don't use this method to find stocks to trade. The broker I use is TradeZero, and I prefer the methods I've just shared with you on finding stocks. However, depending on your broker, you can find some really useful stocks to trade from there as well. So if you're with Robinhood, I believe they've got quite a good screener on there, and sometimes they'll come up with the top volume gainers or like a hot list for different stocks, so it's always good to keep an eye on there as well. But I'm sure that from these different methods I've shared with you, it should give you some food for thought on how to find stocks to trade. So do let me know in the comments which one you prefer. I can do a separate video going into a little bit more detail on any of the software in particular if you prefer that, so let me know in the comments below. And do like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you on the next one. Thank you. Bye.